You talked about the low-hanging fruits for the Code of Conduct Group. Sometimes my impression was it was not a problem that the fruits were too low-hanging, but maybe the Code of Conduct Group was nicely laying in the shadow under the tree and enjoying the tax haven. But that's an issue of perspective. You also said that Mr. Juncker had quite a good contribution to bringing forward tax issues in the European Union. I hope you can convince him of that perspective, because then he shouldn't be afraid of coming here in the special committee and we can have a nice conversation. But on a serious note, I have three specific questions. First of all, you mentioned the tax policy group, which was part of your proposal back in 2010. Which relevance would you see today for such a tax policy group? Secondly, we learned from Mr. Moscovici that he personally would be in favor of public access to information exchange regarding rulings. And we also learned from the Dutch Parliament that they are in a majority in favor of public access to country-by-country reporting of corporations. Would you agree that these two measures would be valuable for greater tax transparency, also when it comes to fair tax competition? And thirdly, when you took over as Commissioner for Competition in 1999, DG Comp was leading an assault on Member States' harmful tax practices through the state aid tool. In 1999, the year where you took over, there was a peak of 24 cases, all of which were initiated before early August of that year. And when you took over, however, there was a sharp drop in cases. And could you maybe elaborate why this was the case and maybe what obstacles you encountered back then?
Mr. De Masi and Mrs. Joly, taken en prenant ensemble, insieme, l'onorevole De Masi et
Mr. De Masi and Madame Joly, I'll take your questions together if I may. I need to take a fresh look at the figures. Ms. Joly tends to pay homage to my period in office as Commissioner for Competition because it appears there was a particularly high number of cases that we investigated from the angle of state tax aid. 45, you say, followed by a noted fall-off thereafter. Comments off mic from Ms. Joly. And then Mr. De Masi asks me to field this accusation, which I hadn't heard beforehand. I'll look into the figures. It appears that there was a very active approach in action against state aids. Your figures up to August 1999 and the following period referred to state aids or state tax aid specifically?
According to my information, DG Competition pursued 24 cases, state aid cases. But
state aid or fiscal state aid?
State aid on taxation issues, and those have dropped then afterwards. That's my information.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but...
We will proceed to an exchange of information transparently.